Welcome. We are talking about the future of business in the digital age, and we will look at technology innovations that, from the perspective of our guests, will be very impactful to the digital business of organizations. I'm pleased to welcome Graham Williamson, who is an analyst at KuppingerCole Analysts, and he will talk about his perspective on tech innovation impacting the business in the digital age. Welcome, Graham.
Thanks, Martin. It's a pleasure to be here in Berlin. My area of expertise is in operational technology. And when you mention the digital world, there's no greater area where we're seeing acceleration of digitization. And this is being driven primarily by two factors. One is the decreasing costs of devices. The cost has come down dramatically over the last decade. Secondly, we're seeing significant improvement in the functionality. We now have devices that'll do all sorts of different things in a small little package attached to a 5G network, something we've never had before.
When you talk about devices in OT, in operational technology, what do you mean by devices? Because it can span a wide range.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm talking about sensors, actuators, things that we use within our environments to do things. So, for instance, one area that is right at the top of the massive change in this space is Industry 4.0. In fact, there was an interesting article issued by McKinsey lately looking at value associated with IoT devices. Mm-hmm. And Industry 4.0 was right at the top. The value you get from properly implementing the right sensors, the right actuators in your environment is off the chart in terms of that particular industry segment. Mm-hmm. So what we need to do is stay abreast of what's happening, continually look at what improvements are happening, and then take advantage of those. Mm-hmm. Because if we don't, our competitors are.
That would be my next question. Or two questions, in fact. Maybe the first one, what is the business value? I understand that you're gathering way more data. You can use the data to control. You can use it probably for a lot of other use cases. So what is, from your perspective, what is the real business value of that innovation?
The business value is coming through being able to do more. So if you've got a manufacturing environment, you've got a machine there that's making something, it's going to need to go faster. Or you're going to get another machine. That conveyor belt, you've got to make it go faster. We've got to put some sensors on it to know what's happening, mm-hmm. and we're going to need to make sure our packaging is happening very efficiently. The whole supply chain now is being digitized, and we need to make sure we stay abreast of what's happening there. So that's where the value is coming from. I can make more product better and get it to my customers more effectively and efficiently.
Yeah, but by understanding where are the weaknesses in your process and your manufacturing flow, this is at the end what it helps to understand, okay, this machine might get an issue soon maybe, and I better fix it before I have a downtime in my production line, etc. All these things.
Absolutely. And it means during that production process, using machines to make sure we don't have downtime. Yeah. We need to make sure that the product that's coming off the end of our process matches our tolerances, as within tolerances. Yeah. As soon as it gets out of tolerance, and we can do that now, we can make the corrections so we don't have to stop the product line.
Okay.
It's a continuous process.
Got it. And what happens to organizations that don't follow down that path?
Well, it means that in this agile environment that we're in these days, we've got to be able to pivot quickly. If we can't do that, it really is going to hamper our business. So this brings up another important point. We're seeing increased integration between our IT environments and our OT environments. Mm-hmm. In the past, they were very often kept very separate for a variety of reasons. That's no longer possible. We need to make sure that the business has good visibility into our operational environment. And we need to make sure. So as we select solutions, we need to always keep that in mind.
Yeah. I think it's the other thing, you order a car and you can, so to speak, make a last minute change to a lot of things in that car. which you couldn't do
Absolutely.
earlier.
Absolutely.
And I think this is clearly a huge advantage. Also being more flexible, like way more customized products.
Absolutely. So that whole order entry mechanism has come leaps and bounds over the last few years in terms of allowing clients to particularly choose what they want, and the production system handling the production of what they want in an efficient fashion.
One downside clearly is, what does it mean from a safety and security perspective?
Well, security comes from making sure you've got the protection on your environment so people can't get into it. The safety aspect is a very important one, because what we need to do is make sure that as we adopt this new technology, it has the capability of doing what we want fast. We need to make sure that if we do need to stop a process, we've got to be able to stop it in a time frame that keeps us safe. And that's all very possible now. And in fact, we should be having much safer environments because of the improvements in technology that we're seeing.
Where do we stand with this evolution in OT today? And where do we have to go?
The evolution is happening continuously. And an important point here is you can't put in an OT environment or an IoT-based systems and then say, now I'm done. You've got to be continuously monitoring that and continuously looking at what those processes are. In business today, we can't stand still. If we can't stand still, our competitors are going to overtake us.
Great. Graham, thank you very much for taking this time and giving us the insights on OT and its relevance in the digital age. Thank you. Thank you to all the attendees for listening to this series of talks, and hope to have you watching one of our other talks soon again. Thank you.